So good, so good, so good.
Everything you want for summer is at Nordstrom Rack stores now, and up to 60% off. Stock up and save on the brands you love like Vince, Sam Edelman, Frame, and Free People. Join the Nordy Club to unlock exclusive discounts, shop new arrivals first, and more. Plus, buy online and pick up at your favorite Rack store for free. Great brands, great prices. That's why you Rack.
Ready to soundtrack your summer? With Red Bull Summer All Day Play, you choose a playlist that fits your summer vibe the best. Are you a festival fanatic, a deep end DJ, a road dog, or a trail mixer? Just add a song to your chosen playlist and put your summer on track. Red Bull Summer All Day Play. Red Bull gives you wings. Visit redbull.com/brightsummer ahead to learn more. See you this summer.
And action! Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Filmmakers Podcast. This, as you know by now, is a podcast where we talk filmmaking, from indie film to studio films, and guess what? Everything in between. How to get them made, how to make them, and how to try not to F it up, in our very, very humble opinion. I am Giles Alderson, and I'm delighted today because we have a story that is going to make you want to grab a camera, lock yourself in a house, and make a movie. Because we are sitting down with a writer and director who has just delivered what critics are calling the scariest movie you will ever hear. He started out as a pioneer in 360-degree VR horror shorts, building a massive following online, but it was his feature directorial debut that just set the industry on fire. It is the fantastic Ian Tuason. He made his film, Undertone, for just £500,000 and currently at the box office has made nearly 20 million. Undertone premiered at the Fantasia Film Festival. It won the Audience Award. It sparked a massive studio bidding war and was scooped up by A24 in a 7-figure deal. Like I say, it's out in cinemas now, and it's certified box office smash. Yes, it is the terrifying new film Undertone. This film stars Kiri and Adam DeMarco, and it follows Evie, who's a skeptical kind of true crime podcaster, a paranormal podcaster, who is caring for her comatose mother when she receives a series of deeply unsettling audio files from a haunted couple. The primordial terror, I suppose you could say, from the recordings begins bleeding into her isolated reality. But here's a genius bit. Here's a genius part. Evie and her mother are the only characters you see on screen. Every other character, every scare, and every demon is conveyed entirely through groundbreaking 3D design. Oh my God, I was so scared watching this movie. I was watching it in a room full of journalists and me pretending to be a journalist. And I loved it. That reminded me of the very first time I saw Paranormal, with that fear factor coming in where you're like, oh my God, what is going to happen? What is going to happen? And the way he moves the camera, he'll just hold on a character for ages and then slowly, subtly move to the side and just looking at a dark space or a dark hallway. And the mother just lying there upstairs comatose. You know something's going to happen. You know it's all going to kick off. And like I say, the sound design was incredible. And it's about a podcast. Why wouldn't I love this film? It's about a podcaster who gets scared in their own home. And what's incredible about this is that Ian filmed this in his own house, where his mother and father actually died, and he had to care for them before they died, and he's now filming his own house, and the scary things that happened potentially to him are now happening in this film, so that adds double layers to this film, Undertone. It is great, and myself and Ian sat down and had a brilliant chat, about an hour's chat. We dived into how to build a horror film using negative space and audio. The deeply personal and cathartic experience of him shooting this film, like I say, in his own childhood home, and how this incredible indie success just landed him the gig, ladies and gentlemen, of writing and directing the next Paranormal Activity movie for Jason Blum and James Wan. It's pretty impressive. And also the bidding war, we talk about that as well. What an experience, how he started, how he got to making Undertone in the first place. We talk all about that. So, get your headphones on for this one. Literally, get your headphones. It's not going to scare you as much as Undertone will. It's out now in cinemas, by the way. But please, welcome to the show, the brilliant Ian Tuason. Did you get to see bits and pieces when you went to Ireland? What did you see?
I did. I went on a bus tour to different castles.
Yeah.
There is some kind of energy there, but I think I want more ancient. Like so
Okay.
Stonehenge would be something I'd be interested in.
Stonehenge is pretty cool. Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, I would love to just hang out in the middle of it.
Yes, I don't think you're allowed these. Are you? I think there's
You're not
something.
allowed anymore.
I think you're not allowed to, because too many people were touching it and stuff. So I think they've restricted the amount of people that are allowed to be in there because the stones are so old. They're saying how old they are. We don't actually know, do we? But yeah, or maybe we do now. Yeah, it's fascinating. There's so much history, right? There's so much history. Whereabouts are you from originally?
My parents are from the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of folklore there, ghost stories.
So many.
And I'm living in Canada now.
Okay.
I was born in Montreal, and then I moved to Toronto when I was 3, and I've been here ever since.
I love it. Canada is quite a special place, actually.
We have the Queen. We have the Queen in all our money.
Yes, though she's not with us anymore. But is that where she went? She went to Canada. That's the best way to go. You started on YouTube. You started making films that way, didn't you? Was that your kind of way in? Did you kind of go, hey, I'm trying to find my feet, or I just want to put stuff up there? What was your thinking behind that? What was the plan?
Oh, is the pod? Are we starting the podcast?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
To be honest, I wish I'd got what we said earlier. I forgot to press record. It would have been nice to say, hello, Ian. And you'd have gone, hello, Giles. And even though you'd got my name. Yes.
We can.
Should we recreate it?
Start over.
All right. Hey, Ian. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Giles.
Yes, we got it right.
I know how to pronounce your name.
Yes, congratulations.
Right from the bat.
Yeah, you must be in Canada right now. Yeah, and then Justin, what else would we say? Justin was from, obviously in the film, he's in London, and she's wanting to go across, and she's like, no, don't ever want to go to London.
No interest in London.
No interest in London. But anyway, so yes, you started to make films, sort of YouTube. That was your sort of way in. You made some amazing shorts along your way. I suppose the big one was Continuity Problems, which was really fun. Sort of your history of your path.
Yes, I mean, well, Continuity Problems was my first short that was funded by Canadian the Canadian funding system.
Oh,
but it was was it, or it might have been a channel here, Bravo. But it was the first time I was given money to make something. I don't like it. I mean, it's. I think people rarely like their first thing.
Yeah, I agree now. Yeah, same with my stuff. You're like, oh, okay, that was that. But the thing is with it, it gets you on the path, right? It gets you to the next stage. And the fact you got money for it, right?
I think I got money because of the idea, and so that did kind of validate my ideas.
Mm-hmm.
but then the execution, I could have done better. But my idea pretty much was, I want to do a short film about, with a lot of continuity errors.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about a guy who can't commit to a one girl. So the more dates he goes on to, the more the film itself breaks continuity to a point where he begins to notice it. And they liked the idea, so they gave me some money to make it. And then I made it, and I didn't really like it, but it was. But then I learned so much, so maybe it definitely affected now, like who I am now.
Isn't that interesting, right? With our films when we first start, and what we're trying to make, and what we're trying to say, and our vision, and the fact that you said, yeah, it has helped you now and influenced you now. Like I say, Undertone, which again, I didn't press record at the start of this, is a fantastic movie and it is absolutely brilliant. I was sat in the cinema with a group of other journalists and we were all shitting ourselves. I loved it. I think it's a fantastically well-made film, beautifully done. And again, all pretty much set in one house with just two characters, pretty much. And it is a stunning piece of work. It really is fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah.
You should be really pleased with it. I mean, you've probably watched it so many times. You've sat through all those many edits, many gone, I don't know why people like this. But for me, watching it first time, it was sensational. It was sensational.
That's great to hear. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I mean, it looked really great in my head for many years. So
okay.
So at a certain point, I'm like, is it still great in my head? Like, and then I put it out there, and then you know, I'm glad that it held up.
It really does hold up. It's incredible. We'll come back to Undertone a little bit because you made shorts for a little while. Basically, this is a filmmaking podcast. If you don't know, all of us who run it, we're all filmmakers, and we love chatting to other filmmakers about how they made their films or how they got there and all the problems along the way and the issues, just to help you know, the people listening. So that's why we do it. We do it for fun because
this is my favorite type of podcast.
Perfect. Well, then I'm glad. Then hopefully we'll have fun on this one. Because then you made those YouTube shorts. You made quite a few of them for a while. You made quite a bit of a name for yourself. And then the next thing you did, I really want to talk about as well, is your VR short that blew up on YouTube as well. 3 a.m. Is that right? I think that's what it was called. Yeah.
3 a.m.
And you made a 360 room. So it's kind of that interactive. How long ago was it? 4 years ago? Something
this
like that.
Was
I can't remember now.
It was over 5, 6 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I sort of heard of it maybe 4 years ago, and it was just so exciting because you sort of took that 2D format and then just split it to make it, 360, and you had to learn 3D design and the soundscape around that. Is that right?
Yeah. So it's kind of like when I discovered 360 video, it's pretty much just a frame that goes around you. So I was wondering if I could, if cinematic language would translate well to that medium. So I experimented, and then I discovered a lot of things. Like it's you can't really cut that much. You can, but you can disorient a user. So the 3 a.m. I never cut. Actually, I do, but you cut and you end up in the same room.
Oh,
so it's like you're just jump cutting. So jump cutting works because no matter where you're looking, if you make a jump cut, you're still looking at the lamp. It's just now the lamp is off. It's just 3 a.m. was my most popular one. I think it works the best. And that one was I didn't cut. I just it opens with well, you're facing the bed while a woman is sleeping. So it's kind of like Paranormal Activity, where you're just looking at two people sleeping. But then if you turn around, you can see what's behind you, which is, like a painting and and then you keep turning into a closet. And then I started playing around with the sound to act as cues to where to look. So if there's you don't know where to look when you're 360 degrees.
Nope.
So you just if I put a sound like a giggle, like a child giggling to your left, I'm anticipating you're going to look to your left. And then that's the way I made these 360 horror films. And then with Undertone, I did the same thing. I created the same kind of soundscape, but now you're looking to the left, which is off screen. So
yes,
you got to use your imagination now.
Yeah, I love that in Undertone. There's so many amazing moments where you just slowly push into an empty doorway. and it was like the unsaid, if you like. It was the fear of what could possibly happen. You built it up so well with, her mum upstairs dying in bed, essentially. And is she moving? Is she not? Is things moving? Are they not? And then suddenly they are, and that makes us go, any minute now something could move. So you built the tension so well in the film. So by the end, I was like, I can't take this anymore. I can't take it.
Yeah, it's almost like a release at the end.
Yes, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's such a release. How did you because obviously it's so important in a horror like this to really play with the audience's, like you say, minds, where they're supposed to be looking and where they're not. Talk us through how you planned Undertone within your shots and your shot listing and what you were shooting on the day, because essentially it's a girl in her house and then podcasting. So there's only like so many angles you can do, especially when she's podcasting, but yet you kept that fresh every time. Talk us through your plans and your shot list and how you thought about making this movie.
Well, there's 4 recording sessions.
Okay.
She records one episode, but she breaks it up into 4 different days,
Mm-hmm.
and then in between that there's daytime scenes, and I pretty much changed the style or my technique for each day,
Mm-hmm.
so that you don't feel like you're watching the same room and the same person every day. Because, for example, when we start, we get a wide side profile. We get a very wide side profile so that we could see the staircase behind her.
Mm.
And then there's in that shot. Oh, then there's a rear, and there's a 3/4 from
the side,
one side,
of the table. Yeah.
Okay, so then the next time I go in there, now I flip. I go on the other side of the horizon line, or what do you call that line? The one you're not supposed to cross.
The 180. Yeah.
Yeah, so I go on the other side and I do that side.
Yeah.
And then I'm inching Evie closer to the frame so that there's more negative space behind her. And I do that more and more each day. So until in the last scene, she's pretty much, her face is being cut off by the frame. And now there's all negative space behind her. So there's just different techniques I used for each scene. And then the daytime scenes is they're kind of just traditional cinema. No, nothing too stylish. But yeah, but each nighttime scene is shot differently.
It's so good. I love that. It's so important as well as filmmakers to do that. I know I did that on my first film, The Dare. I was very much like, there's pretty much 4 people in a basement for most of the movie. And I was like, how am I going to keep this interesting? So it's like, okay, well, each time we go back there, each time, kind of like yours, right, let's do it's now all from the top angle, or it's through a hole in the wall, or it's through a POV of someone, just to keep that interesting. Because otherwise you're like, well, this is the same shots. We could just shoot all one person's coverage all in one go. So that's boring. And I love what you said there. It's so interesting.
I did that too. I shot a dining room with 4 people. That was the very first thing I've ever shot in my life. And I thought, and I did. I split that into just 2, like two styles. But it was, I did the same thing. So I had the same kind of challenge.
Yeah, and it's a challenge, isn't it? And I think I even remember turning to my DP at one point and going, I don't know if we should go to the next. And he went, yes, stick to the plan. And I'm so glad we did, because when you're in the trenches, you're in the weeds of it, or your brain's all over the place, and you go, I don't know, be simpler and save so much time. But if you stick to your plan and try and go, no, this is supposed to be a top, please stick to the plan.
I'm all about plan.
Are you? Tell us more.
Hitchcockian. Like, I like that quote by Hitchcock. He said he doesn't enjoy making films because he's already made it.
Hmm.
It's all in his head, and that's the way I operate. I storyboard everything,
Hmm.
and I go into each day just knowing what I want. But I'm always flexible with uh, things changing on the spot. But without that, you know, without that plan,
Hmm.
then I I imagine that it would we might be making too many decisions uh, that aren't thought out, and then we'll find out later that it doesn't work. But when I plan it, I've thought about it for many days, and I just know it works because it always works every time I look at the storyboards.
That's so good. Yeah, it's so interesting you say that. How you mentioned storyboards there. With Undertone, did you storyboard everything or mainly just the bigger action?
Everything.
You storyboarded everything.
There's
Wow.
there's right now have been asking about the 270 page screenplay. The one that
I've
I
heard.
gave my producer
Did you?
because
Wow.
it was full of because I wrote it in my house and
Uh,
I took photos of every angle and I put them I copy and pasted each each shot into the storyboard sorry into the script.
wow.
And if you look at the script now, it's
Mm.
exactly the movie. It's just like exactly it.
I love that though. Like you say, you've planned it in your head, so you know what works. And then when you come to it, you're like, just stick to my plan. Because so many other things can go wrong with weather, performance, continuity, computer not working, whatever it is. And you can easily deviate from that plan. Did you change stuff on the day if something was better or you saw something that was nice or the
Oh
light
yeah,
was better? You did, right?
definitely.
Okay.
That's but then you still need that plan to compare it to
Mhm.
compare your new idea to. You gotta compare it to the original idea and then be like, and then just ask yourself honestly, is this actually better or is it, or am I just excited in the moment? Which
Mm.
which happens a lot.
It does. I totally
Yeah.
agree with that. You get excited at the moment. Yeah, this could be something. Someone comes up with an idea. You go, yeah, let's all do it because you want to feel that because it can be so demoralizing
Yeah.
sometimes on set. You want that. How many
Oh,
crew?
by the way,
Go on.
Giles, is this, are you using the video here or just the audio?
No, just the audio. Yeah,
Okay. Cause I'm addicted
vaping.
to nicotine. Yeah.
Yeah, go. Yeah. Well, I'm not surprised at the moment with the film you've just made. Jesus, and the success you're having behind it. You know, and making Paranormal Activity 8 next is just. I love this for filmmakers out there as well. The fact that you've
Oh
made
yeah.
this and look
I
at the
love
step.
that the indie filmmakers I'm meeting now are telling me that they're seriously thinking about making something because I did risk all the money I had,
Mm.
but look what happens when you risk it. Uh, you know, I would tell anyone just do it, even if you're on the fence, then just do it.
Mm.
Because I didn't really know what I was gonna do if it didn't make it. Like, I mean, if it didn't sell,
Mhm.
I just don't know what I would have done. I might have. I didn't even. I didn't really think about it because if I thought about it, it would scare me.
Yes.
All I knew is I needed to make a movie. That's all I knew.
That's all you knew. That's amazing because the story as well behind it is full of grief and trauma itself. You know, you shot in the house that you grew up in and your parents. I don't know the exact situation, but I know that you cared for them when they were going
Yeah,
through all sorts of cancer treatments and stuff in the house.
yeah.
Um,
That was. I was Evie, so
you were right. Wow. Okay.
I was making. I was writing Undertone as a scripted podcast. It was going to be all audio. It'd be an episodic, kind of found footage, radio play.
Wow.
Uh, but then when my parents got sick, I I started thinking, what does Evie do in between recording? And then I said, oh, she caregives her mom.
Hmm.
And the reason why I did that was because when I was caregiving my mom, uh, I would, you know, as a writer, I'm always imagining things, and I started imagining how scary it would be if she started talking to me in a different voice. Basically, she wasn't talking at all. So for her to, she almost, like, to me, just my brain started thinking, okay, so if she does talk in another voice, I guess she's like a vessel now for something, but who invites that something in? And then I'm like, oh, Evie does, but why? Oh, because she wants to get out of the house so badly, and she wants something to, like, take her, give her an excuse, I guess, to go. I don't know, but then and then you start, your mom's Catholic, and I was raised Catholic, and then I start feeling guilty all of a sudden for wanting to leave, and then that also invites demons if you're so hard on yourself. So there was a lot of things I was going through, and I just put them down on paper. So luckily, I was, I had nothing else to do except for caregive my parents and write Undertone for about 2.5 years.
My gosh. Wow. I can't even imagine what you've gone through during that time. And and the thing that surprised me the most is that you shot it in the house as well, where all this went through. How many crew members did you have?
15.
15 crew members. And were some of them freaked out? I mean, in terms of they're now coming to a home where this is a kind of true story in some way of what happens. I don't know how. I can't imagine that all this horrible stuff happened to you. I really hope it didn't. Gosh, that would be awful. But the fact is that would be frightening. I'd be scared. I've made horrors and I've been scared in the places I've been in. So in your house, that must have been frightening for not only you, but mainly the crew going, oh my God. Especially
they were scared, especially when paranormal stuff started happening in the house.
Did it actually start happening?
Yeah.
Tell us more. Oh my gosh, this is freaking me out already. This is amazing.
I had I have a video of my DP and his camera team coming in for the first time to do camera tests.
Yeah.
And they all read the script. They know that the light bulbs dim and glow and dim and glow.
Yeah.
And it started happening. So I have a video of my DP going, kind of walking up the stairs with his camera, nervous laughing,
like I am now.
Yeah, and he was kind of like, Ian, I think I believe everything you say.
Yeah, this is real, right? And what about your actress as well? 'Cause she was incredible in this film. I've not seen her in anything else, but she was absolutely brilliant, Nina Kiri. So good, so connective, and I just felt she was so truthful in what she was doing. I believed her as a podcaster. I believed her as someone who was caring for a mum and was struggling with all that. Did she go through that as well? Because was she skeptical because she's got to live it?
Well, she was a podcaster in university, so she knew a lot about that when I spoke to her.
Great.
But when I talked to her about Catholic guilt, which is the main thing that's haunting Evie, she understood it as parental guilt, and she told me she was familiar with that, so she drew on personal experiences when she was playing Evie, and then we talked a lot about the character and what drives her, and she really understood why Evie was in denial, because she was in denial because she didn't want to feel anything, because she didn't want to feel grief. She didn't want to feel stress, so she just started, she started drinking, and she started denying, just all the stories that she hears from the podcast, because she doesn't want to feel it. She just wants to laugh everything off. But then,
yeah.
compiles it.
It compiles,
Yeah.
that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
But what I loved as well with the sound, because when she put her headphones on as the podcaster, suddenly the sound would change. We'd now go into a different world. It was such a clever trick, because now we couldn't hear what was going on potentially behind you or up the stairs or whatever else, because now we're in this world of podcasting, which was also horrific because they're listening back to something else, some other malevolent creature attacking. So you're now going in this, so you're going, oh my gosh, where do I protect myself? Well, how does this, as an audience member, which is so clever and so well done. Now, when you're directing those scenes and you're working with Nina in those moments, who's saying the other lines? Is Adam DeMarco was the other actor speaking the other podcaster, but you never see him.
We had a double.
You had a double.
A stand-in.
Okay. Stand-in.
He was feeding Nina lines from the headphones.
From the headphones. Okay,
he was
great.
upstairs. He was upstairs. He could.
Wow.
He can. So he could hear me.
Mm-hmm.
He could hear. He could hear her, and it was. I was directing him through headphones too. So sometimes I'd be in the room with him.
Oh, wow. Had your monitor up there as well, so you could do both.
Yeah.
How did you get that amazing performance from her then? What did you do to get that level of fear? Because she builds to it so beautifully. It doesn't go too far, too big, too soon. It's just magical the way it just becomes more and more and more and more and more and more.
Yeah.
What did you do there? What was the tactic you did? Or was it magical? Sometimes it is?
Well, the first thing I did was I gave her all the freedom she needed to express her art the way the way she wanted to, and then so very little direction. It was mostly just talking to her about the character, and then once she understood the character, there wasn't much else I needed to do. So, but I do think that there was a lot of magic involved, because there was the performances that came out of her, like it was nuts. It was also there was also even some lucky, like there's like the stars were aligning some days. There was that long take at the end when she runs into the kitchen to turn off the sink, turn off the faucet, and then she hears a whisper behind her, and then we pan away from her, and then we push into the hallway. I told Nina, follow the cameraman because you're going to need to hit your mark later on. And when she did that, on screen, we could see her shadow move across the wall, and then the shadow enters the hallway the same time the camera does. So it to me, it felt like, oh, we've become Evie, and that was all luck. That's what I mean by there's some magic happening every single day.
Oh, you need it though, right, as a filmmaker, because it can be so hard, it can be so difficult. You want those moments of absolute magic where something just happens and everyone goes, it's great. I love it. Yeah. You shot this for about $500,000, is that right? I mean, that's what I'm reading. So is that true?
A lot less than that.
Yeah, I thought so. Where did you manage to raise them? You mentioned there you found the money yourself. It was your own money. Talk us through that, because putting money into something, etc., etc.
I started with my own money. I had about a third of what the budget turned out to be.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was going to do it alone with my DP, who's a friend, and one actress and maybe two other people, and then we would just do it like just a small group of friends making a movie in my house. So I wrote, when my parents passed, I had the house, I had a small inheritance, and then I figured, okay, this is enough. I wrote the script specifically for one location within my budget, so I didn't want to get out of the house at all, and which made the script stronger, because the movie's about isolation, so that it does enhance that feeling of isolation. And then I called a couple of people just to get advice on, they make movies like Cody Callahan. He's made about 35 movies, horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been friends because of my VR days.
Yeah.
We were talking about me making like a VR companion piece for one of his movies.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, once I was about to make this movie, I called him and I just said, just give me advice on how to make my money back. And then he read the script and he said, well, I'd like to be in on this. And then, same thing with Dan Slater, our other producer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He was a friend of my DP's, Graham.
Right.
And
Okay.
I just also wanted advice, and he said he wants in, and then everyone wanted it in. But my guess is that when you're about to make a movie and you're not asking for money,
Mm-hmm.
you create, well, number one, you create FOMO in other people.
You do, yes.
And number two, you create faith, because they're thinking, well, if he's gonna invest this much money in it, I don't think he's messing around.
Yeah. Yeah, very true. And then obviously then from there, let's talk about the A24 situation. And just by the way, at the moment, as far as I know, it's made 15.2 million or something in the box office.
I heard.
It's yeah, I heard. I love that. But isn't that like amazing? And probably because it's, just because you don't necessarily get all the numbers, it's not coming to the filmmaker yet. But isn't that amazing, this little movie you've made, for your own money, your own inheritance, and few people jumped on board, and you've got to say congratulations on that. It's a huge achievement. It really is. It's really great.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I felt the same way when I found out about Oren Peli and Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, me too.
Blair Witch too. Blair Witch Project. I was like, I kind of wanted to do the same thing, and that was the whole intention, was to make something like that was really scary and doesn't cost that much to make. So for it to happen, yeah, it feels a little like hitting the mark when you're when you're going for something, but you never really expect it.
No.
But once I started seeing the magic happening every day, and even the paranormal stuff,
yeah,
I at that point I knew that it was gonna sell. This was around the time we wrapped, and I just told everyone, yeah, we're gonna sell for like millions.
Yeah,
because a lot of impossible things started, were happening to get us to that point. That at that point I could only expect more impossible things to happen.
Yeah, I love that. And it premiered at Fantasia, and then there was a bidding war. Again, sometimes people say a bidding war, but then wasn't necessarily.
Oh, there was.
And there was here. I love this. Tell me more. What happened?
Well, we got an offer. I won't say who, but it was this, big studio. There was like big studios bidding. And yeah, we got an offer, and then I had my managers, a lot of managers and agents were hitting me up a day after it premiered, because they heard, well, first they saw the reaction online, and then they requested a screener, and then they saw the screener, and then they knew it was going to sell. So I eventually signed with 3 Arts. That's
oh yeah, massive.
That's Luke. Luke and Will Robotham and Luke. I just know them as Luke and Will.
Yeah, that's enough. Yeah,
they're they were like, they said, oh, an offer came in, and it was over $1 million. And
nice.
But they said, but we're not going to take it.
And you're like, wait, what? That's all my money back.
And then I said, oh, you guys do your job, and then I'll just take a nap.
And did you?
Yeah, because I was so exhausted from the premiere.
Yes.
Because I had to drive to Montreal from Toronto. Then I had to drive back.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how exhausting premiering a movie is. Like I thought, I thought making the movie was hard, but premiering is way harder. Because you gotta do press and stuff.
Yes, and constantly be doing this chat and
This
chat. Yeah, but also you've got to keep up the energy and keep up the it's like the same conversations and this. Yes, I get that. It can.
This one is a good one though because we're talking about movies.
Yeah, dissecting it. Yeah, and how to.
A lot of times it's just general press, which is fine too. But obviously I love movies. So
yeah, you want to talk
I like talking about movies.
Yeah, exactly. Not talking about the rubbish around that. Yeah, and the fluff for those fluff pieces. Okay, so then on that, then it was when you woke up from your nap. Did you then get the sort of the moment of A24 have picked this up? What was the next step for you? That was the phone call next to say, hey, this deal is better than the last one.
Well, I stopped getting updates because my producer Dan, my producers Dan and Cody, they were handling the updates because I was exhausted.
Yeah,
and then they eventually said that they took the best offer, which was A24, and then they called me up. I was sleeping. I
love this.
I woke up and I saw a bunch of text messages and missed calls
saying, "Wake up, Ian, wake up."
Then I called Dan, and then Dan was here at Red Lab. I'm at Red Lab Studio right now.
Nice.
And they were popping champagne, and they were telling me that they sold the A24. And I don't know, like, I mean, I was half asleep, so I didn't really
appreciate
enjoy
it at that
it
point
as much as I would have if I was awake.
Yeah, of course.
You said this place was steps from the water.
We just haven't found the steps yet.
How much did we save?
Enough.
Enough to get lost?
Or you could book a stay with Hilton.
Welcome to your oceanfront room, just steps from the water.
The Hilton sale is on now. Book on Hilton.com or the Hilton app and save up to 20% to get the stay you expected. When you want savings, not surprises, it matters where you stay. Hilton, for the stay.
Bonjour, compadre. It's the
Priceline Negotiator.
How do I negotiate so many great travel deals? My greatest gadget. The Priceline app. It's got hotel deals, flight deals, rental car deals, all of those deals in a bundle. Deals, game day deals, concert trip deals. No one deals more deals than Priceline. Hold your horses, there's more. The app lets you filter hotels by neighborhood, vibe, star level, and amenities like pools and spas and beachfronts and... Wait, I'm not done. Stop cutting me off.
Priceline.
Have you ever rearranged your furniture and discovered the carpet underneath looks brand new while the rest of it looks, well, not so new? It's time for a carpet upgrade. At the Home Depot, we have stylish choices at simple prices from all the top brands. Best of all, we can install it for you, starting at only 49 cents per square foot. So all you have to do is pick your perfect floor. Start your carpet project today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Exclusions apply for licenses. See homedepot.com/license numbers.
What happened next from that moment? Because we all want to know, if we do get signed with that sort of big deal, we make a film, we suddenly go, oh my gosh, A24 want it, or whoever wants it. What actually happened next for you?
Oh, this is the craziest thing. The craziest thing happened next. My managers flew me and the guys to LA.
Yeah.
Then we had a mansion in the hills.
Nice.
And a driver was picking me up every day to meet the execs in every studio.
Wow.
And that's pretty much what happens when you sell a movie for made for nothing compared in relation to what they spend, and then have it do well.
Yeah,
they kind of want to work with you, so so I was meeting guys that own the IP for all my favorite characters like Superman, Godzilla, it was, you know,
Dream.
Aliens franchise, Lord of the
wow.
Rings. And then, you know, they're just asking me, so what do you want to do next? And also, is there any IP that you'd like to work with? And so I went in there and, you know, I just told them the truth because I found that what started this entire journey was just me making a vow to never lie, like not even white lie. I was coming off of alcoholism,
Okay.
and when you're an alcoholic, you lie a lot. You're like, I'm okay, or you know, stuff like that. So once I kicked that habit, I was like, I'm not gonna lie at all. And then I found that when you don't lie, all of a sudden, everyone is honest with you, and like, so my crew was honest and open. I was honest and open. We were all kind of vulnerable to each other, and that's why I think the movie did so well because everyone was just expressing themselves honestly, and so I went in there just honest. So you know, I met I went to the Warner Brothers lot, and I sat with an exec at DC Comics, and I told them that I would like to make a Superman movie, but I'd like to kill him.
Yes.
And I also want to kill Batman too. Like kill, not vaporized, like
Sure.
like
So
blood coming out of their neck and dead.
Mm.
And I would write something that you know, it wouldn't just be senseless.
Yeah, no, and they went, yeah, that sounds great, Ian. However,
yeah, they said there's $1 billion.
Yeah, but it was just, we kind of lose a bit. So no.
this character you're talking about is $1 billion. Gives us $1 billion.
Yeah, you just want to kill him.
You're not going to kill him.
Yes, not yet. No, but then you
not
met Jason.
Yet, yes,
not yet, anyway.
Maybe
still
one
time.
Day.
Exactly, they might swing back
I hope
round.
I'm the guy that
they'll go, Ian Tuason, he said, kill him, let's go in. And then you obviously met Jason Blum, and he talked about, you know, did you go in there knowing you wanted to do Paranormal Activity?
No, that was a cool one too. Yeah. So it's interesting. It was, it's like, you know, like I said before, it's been working out so well for me to just to never lie. So I had just watched the premiere of Conjuring, the last one.
Yeah, Conjuring.
And he asked me if I liked it, and I said, not really. No offense.
I
mean, like,
taken. He said.
Yeah, it's just, you know, I love the first one.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, much more of a strong film. Yeah.
So then I said, well, since it's the last of the franchise, it would have been cool if James Wan directed it. Maybe it would have been stronger. But he started asking me about different IPs that he owns, and he was asking, would you be interested in doing like an Annabelle movie? And I said, you know, so, you know, answering honestly, I just said no. It's not something I'm interested in. And he said, then none. I go, no. And then he said, Paranormal Activity. And I said, yeah. and that was the end of the conversation.
Really?
That was. And then a few weeks later, I was in LA for something else. And then my agent, Nick Hogan from Hoagland from WME.
We know him as Nick. It's fine.
He great guy, but he said, "Oh, do you have time to meet James Wan tomorrow at 3?" And I said, "Yeah." And then I went in, and then they asked me, "So, how would you do Paranormal Activity? And then I just told them what I would do, and then they said, well, why don't you send us a 3-page treatment?
Mhm.
And I ended up sending them a 28-page treatment. And then based on that, signed a contract.
That's incredible. When you were in that meeting, by the way, with James Wan, did you have an idea? Or was it just it's always been in your mind? Did you go in prepared that they might ask you about paranormal?
I had one in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I was always thinking about making my own found footage film. So
Yeah, like you say, with Undertone. Yeah.
I just drew from that, and then James Wan had an idea,
Mm-hmm.
and then I kind of snowballed with it.
No.
And then at the end of the meeting, we kind of came to an agreement of an idea that we both loved.
Yeah. So then you were like, right, I'm going to go away and write this, or they said, please write this up. That's incredible. In that 28-page treatment, did you have images, or was it just written dialogue, storyboards, or anything like that?
There was a few pages of images, like a vision board.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because Paranormal Activity is heavy on the video format.
Yeah.
And right now it's technology has advanced so much that I had to think about how would I use different video formats, like the latest night vision. Like how would I use that?
Yes.
Or what else has videos? Oh, smart fridges have videos. How would I use that?
Clever. Yeah.
And then I kind of wrote a vision board which showed different formats that I'd use. And then the 28 pages was really just all text.
Right.
And it was just an outline from beginning to end. And if you read it, the whole movie's there. The whole movie's in that 28-page outline.
I love it. Are you writing the script right now? Is that where you're at with it?
I've delivered a first draft.
How are you excited by that? Or you're shitting yourself a little bit.
I'm so excited by this movie. It's I feel more excited about this movie than I did with Undertone.
Oh, really? How?
It's something. Thing is with Undertone, I was excited, but something about this script excites me in a way where it surprised me. Like it kind of surprised me that it came out of me.
Really?
It was all, I'm convinced that it didn't come out of me. I just channeled something.
Something, yeah.
And then I guess that's why I'm excited about it. Because now it's almost like I'm like just another fan waiting for the next paranormal movie.
Yeah, which is a wonderful place to be, and huge congratulations. Look, I loved Undertone. I really did. It shows that you've got a wonderful vision, and you could tell you're a great filmmaker from it. I was literally, like I said, it was the best film I'd seen since Paranormal, and I was never been that scared of a film since I watched Paranormal, and that to me that scared the shit out of me. And this one did too. Undertone really put me on the edge of my seat going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And the mix of podcasts, and I love those sort of horror podcasts anyway. So for me, it was just fantastic. Oh, and the mother up in the room was just sensational. So congratulations. Really,
Thanks.
Really great movie.
I'm glad it worked because
does.
I was toying around with the idea of, am I gonna, like, maybe I was thinking to myself, should I just make this whole movie found footage? I could put a baby camera and a baby monitor in the mom's room.
Yeah, and then you've had the computer screen.
Yeah, FaceTime.
They're like Zoom one, like Host did, Jed Shepard and the gang did with Host. Yeah, you could have done that.
I could have, but then I said, it's kind of interesting if it was two worlds, if it was cinema and found footage, and then I eventually decided on that, but I wasn't 100% going into it. So eventually I became sure of it when I imagined it in my head many times. But talking to you now reminds me of those early days where I was wondering, would found audio work with traditional cinema? So I'm glad it did work.
It really does work. It's superb. Everyone should watch this movie in a cinema, please. It's amazing. And if you have to watch it at home, then turn the lights off and put the sound right up. The sound is amazing in this film.
Headphones. Wear headphones if you watch it at home.
Yes, there you go. There you go. Watch headphones.
Directional headphones. Directional audio.
Yes, because you've got directional audio as well, which is great. Because where we watched it, I think it was the Sony. I can't remember now, but anyway, they had the surround sounds.
Dolby,
brilliant. And I think it might have been Dolby, one of them. But they had this bouncing around the room. I was just like, "This is incredible!" Scaring the shit out of me, and I loved it.
Do you have AirPods or Beats by Dre?
Yeah, I do. I have AirPods. Yeah,
that right now has directional audio capabilities.
Yes, it does.
Does that one too? Does that the ones you have now?
No, these don't. These are crappy. These ones for just the Mac, but the new ones do, don't they? Yeah, which is so great for filmmakers.
You can turn around and the sound will stay exactly where it's supposed to.
Yes.
So you could, if the baby's crying behind you, you can look behind you, and now the baby's crying in front of you.
Oh. Exactly. This is wonderful for filmmakers, especially because so many people do watch these kind of horror films on their phones or on their laptops now or at home. So therefore you go, how can we make it interesting? Yeah, get them to turn around, think there's a baby noise behind them, and then the baby's there again, spin them back round. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
it's a brilliant way to go. What's some of your favourite movies, by the way? I'd love to know what your favourite movies were before you made Undertone. What inspired you?
Well, my all-time favorites... There's my all-time favorites, and then there's the movies that inspired Undertone directly. My all-time favorites are Godfather Part 2.
Oh, yeah, great.
Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
Pulp Fiction.
Mm-hmm.
Those three really stand out. They kind of made me want to be a filmmaker.
Yeah.
And then the films that directly influenced Undertone was, well, I have to say,
Pulp Fiction, Empire Strikes Back, and Godfather.
Well, they're definitely the source.
Yeah, the source part.
They're the source influences. But I took bits and pieces of different movies that I stole from them and used them in Undertone, like Soderbergh, Kimi.
Oh, okay.
That's where I got the noise cancelling idea.
Ah, clever. Yeah. Okay.
And then there was, I just watched a lot of one location films like Locke.
Yeah, Locke works.
Pontypool, The Guilty. And I took shots from there. I also took different techniques like, The Guilty plays around with sound pretty well. Sometimes they would cut out sound when he's daydreaming, and then we would be jolted back into the movie by a loud ring from a telephone, from his headphones. And I used the same kind of scare.
It works.
There's a lot of things. It's surprisingly. I stole a lot from The Sopranos. There was a lot of shots from because the Sopranos can get really creepy, especially in the dream sequences.
Yeah, those dream sequences were creepy, weren't they?
I stole from that a lot. Kubrick, 2001: Space Odyssey. Yeah. Like there's that match cut with the clock.
With the clock. Okay.
The clock and the gold circle, the gold frame of the clock, and the gold ring on the headphones. And I match cut it like the bone.
Yes, like the bone and the spinning.
And the spaceship or the space station.
Yeah, whatever.
I did that exactly the same as like I just told my DP. I showed them the scene. And I said, this is kind of like what I want to do.
But that's the best way. You say steal, I say borrow, right? We're just borrowing from the masters, right?
Oh,
Why
no.
not?
I heard, I like Picasso because Picasso said that good artists borrow, but great artists steal.
Steal. Okay. All right. Let's go with steal.
I think the reason why that works is because now you're taking ownership of it. So like,
Yes.
I stole it from you, so it's mine now.
Yeah, and the honesty of you saying as well, now you become more honest. Yeah, no, it's great. And I love the fact that you're clean now as well. You know, you're not drinking anymore. It's amazing. It really is. Congratulations to you. It's a really hard thing to do, especially it's tough and what you've been through. I know people close to me have been through that as well, and it's tough. So congrats. It's really great for you. And like I say, this film is great. Undertone is great. Final question then, what are you going to take from Undertone into Paranormal that you learnt as a director?
Oh, the number one thing is your imagination is going to be scarier than anything I can show you. So I'm going to play around with your imagination, and then we're co-creating at that point. Everyone's going to have a different movie in their mind from anyone else. So there's going to be millions of different versions of Paranormal Activity in everyone's head. Same thing with Undertone.
Yeah.
Like, who knows what you see when you hear a garbage bag with a baby inside.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Ugh. Love it. Listen, filmmakers, be inspired by this episode. You can go out there and do exactly what Ian has done. You can find your own money, you can raise money, you can do it your way, you can shoot in one location, wherever you can find that. You can work with your friends, your teammates, whatever it is, but be inspired by this and go out there and make your film, make it happen if that's what you want to do. And if you're lucky enough to rise up, it is your duty to send that elevator back down. Ian Tuason,
definitely.
Thank you so much. Thank you. This has been amazing. What a great chat.
Yeah, great chat. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure. Right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we'll see you next Tuesday. As always, take care now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ian, that was amazing. Thank you, mate. Really cool. Really great chatting to you.
Yeah, it was amazing. It reminded your sign-off reminded me of Justin's sign-off at in the movie.
In the podcast, yeah. Yeah, he does one similar, doesn't he?
He said, I'll see you on Friday.
Yes.
And just remember, don't be afraid of the dark.
Yeah, I love that.
Be afraid of the silence.
Yes, that's so cool. It's so cool. I love it. Yeah, we do that every episode. Same thing, same sign off, just so our audience know it's like, yeah, this is us. You can do it. And don't forget to pass it back down. So, Ian, all the best to you. Honestly, good luck. I can't wait to talk to you for Paranormal next time, but I'll probably see you at the festival circuit, hopefully. But good luck.
All right, brother.
Cheers, buddy. Take care. Bye.